Hello, hello. Welcome to Young Reech Capital. We are looking at Bitcoin. Today is May Day or holiday, but we are seeing some lovely price action on Bitcoin. I have taken a position, a short position right here with pretty low risk setup because I'm seeing a pretty good bullish momentum forming on Bitcoin. So this is going to be a low risk scalp situation. I'm going to be targeting this consolidation zone right here, and hopefully we get tagged in to the full TP very soon. All right, we are tagged into the trade, looking good. This is going to be a super low risk setup. Stops just above here. It's going to be our full TP. Look to take some 50% off at the VWAP as well, and let's see what happens. All right. All right, we are looking pretty good on this trade right now. We have been tagged in, and price is moving in our direction. Let's wait and see how this trade plays out. Just remember that this is a low risk setup, the pretty low stop loss, and have full TP at this consolidation zone right here. Um, could also leave some runners for this zone. This is a key level 95,000 because we had previous resistance turned into support. So could be looking to target this level as well. But I'm going to stay pretty clean on this trade, and this is a simple 2 hour trade. I'm going to just wait for it to hit these zones and I'll be out quick and easy. Mm, that is a lovely response on the short trade of BTC. Looking like we're going to hit our TP very soon. This is what I call a sizzling sizzler trade, playing out right in front of you, taken live on the Young Reach Capital YouTube live stream. All right, looks like we are doing pretty well on this trade, taken live on the stream. The logic behind this trade is quite simple. It's just a break of this structure of this trend line right here, which has been forming ever since the Asia and London session lows. Even though today is a holiday, technically the market still kind of made its move. You can see that there was low volume, these candles, and then it started making some moves right about this level. So we are now pretty much exhausted on BTC Bitcoin, so which is precisely why I had taken the short. I've been looking for shorts ever since this level right here, which is the range high, now converted into a resistance zone. So I would be expecting the price to tap into this level right here, and then based on the reaction at this level, I will look to see where the price is wanting to go towards. Then I will make my decision to either take a long out here or wait for a retracement to short it even further below, because it does seem like Bitcoin is starting to show some exhaustion. Look at this. This is a clear example of a bearish divergence forming right here, where the price is making higher highs on the price chart and it's making lower highs on the RSI, which technically means that the price is starting to exhaust itself and we are seeing some potential selling momentum take place. At the same time, usually what happens is there's always a three tap of the bearish divergence before it starts moving back down. There is another reason as to why I'd like to look for shorts out here. It's mainly because of the fact that we are overbought at this level. We are quite overbought, as a matter of fact. So it is definitely time for the price to cool off a bit and hopefully tap into some much lower levels to get better bids for the longs. So let's just be patient and see what happens. Simple trading is the best trading. Nothing more, nothing less. So this line that you see right here, this blue line is called the rolling VWAP. It is set to the 8-hour time frame. So the 8-hour rolling VWAP, and we are on the 1 minute chart. What I'm expecting BTC to do is come back into this trend and then go back. That would be a pretty good move. I might look to add a position as well out here. So this is where the Fibonacci golden pocket is at right now. It's what I'd be looking to observe. This would definitely be a good area to add to the position. Whoever has tagged in to this trade can add to a position here. So what I would be doing essentially is adding to my position. This is where I have entered my position. This is my average entry right here. I have been dollar costing ever since this high. As soon as we broke this, actually I have been dollar costing ever since here. I've been adding to my positions. I think I have about 4 positions in Bitcoin right now, all a short. So I've averaged in a position ever since this Fibonacci retracement. I've been averaging into a price. I finally got the confirmation of the trend break because I had seen a lot of exhaustion right here itself after the overbought zone, and we did kind of get a minor break to the upside and immediately got a break precisely at the New York Open. Even though the market is a holiday today, smart money players in crypto are always going to keep rotating funds even during holidays, especially during holidays. Smart money loves to rotate funds into crypto, move things around, manipulate things. A lot of cool things happen during holidays, especially in Bitcoin. And the weekend is a different situation. People who do know how to trade the weekend can make a good deal off of it, but I wouldn't recommend taking any trades on the weekend because there's pretty much next to nothing with the volume on BTC. There are some altcoins that do well during the weekend. We do have some runners today. Sui, for example, is pretty good, has been a pretty good move all this while ever since the April 7th move on Bitcoin after the halt on tariffs by Mr. Donald Trump. We've seen Sui show some incredible strength. I have done a chart breakdown on Sui, Fartcoin, Peanut, and Trump coin. As I promised, I'm going to be doing a complete breakdown of all of these tokens. Whatever I have already analyzed, I'm going to be going through them and also doing 2 new tokens today. Once we complete our live trade, whichever way it goes, I'm hoping to get full TP on this trade as soon as possible. Once we have that confirmation, I'll be jumping right into the altcoins. And if you're hearing any background noise, we have a lot of wind today in my city. It has been raining, so there's a storm coming in. That's the background noise that you're hearing, and a bit of traffic noise as well. So please don't mind any of that, and let's just stay focused on Bitcoin right now and see what it's trying to do. I also like to see the conviction of the RSI during such volatile moves. Take a look at the RSI. It has been creating a certain form of major move to the downside after being overbought. So let's just see what happens. And honestly, I'm hoping for BTC to give me a massive candle right here. That would be great. And front run my TP levels and everything. That'll be a great trade, no doubt. Usually, if it front runs a trade, because of the spreads on BTC in each exchange, essentially the take profit level will be slightly higher than what you usually would have set it at. So, hoping to get a flush below this level as well. Honestly, in the previous live stream, what I had discussed is the possibility of the price breaking above this level. You see this white line right here. It's essentially what is the range high on the higher time frame, and I discussed the fact that we could technically go above this range high, sweep all of the liquidity above this level, then come back down, which is what I'm hoping is happening right now. Is the this move that we just saw right here, is I'm hoping the liquidity sweep that I discussed yesterday on the live stream, as soon as we finish this trade, looks like the trade is going in our favor. We are in profit, and anybody who is tagged into this trade can start trailing their stop loss slightly down right above this level. This would be a good place to trail your stop loss. If you do not want to trail your stop loss, you can still remain intact with this trade. This is a simple 2 hour trade, nothing more, nothing less. If you take a look, we have a lot of liquidity sitting right here. And of course, if we start breaking this level, then we have some much better liquidity sitting right here as well. All these levels. So we're gonna have to finish tapping this liquidity next. So now we are tapping into this. So this is how liquidity works, right? You see how the price is reacting so aggressively at this level after essentially consolidating here. The price is now reacting super aggressively because everybody who went long on this break of this mini trend line, right, to this move would have set their stops right below this. And those who did not take profits are now essentially closing out their positions in this level. So there is a balance going on right here. This is what is known as a fair value zone. So if price respects this zone, then we could definitely see a reaction to the upside. Just, but not too much though. We're still pretty much within the bearish territory in the lower time frame. If at all, I see some kind of reaction to the upside, this is what I would expect is a retracement into the Fibonacci pocket. Like I said, if I find the price back here, I would be looking to add to my position back to the downside. If we do not, I'm just going to let the trade run and hit my TP, and I will be done for the day and just take it easy after that. Hopefully find a better setup later on, because we are seeing potential swing pattern formations on the higher time frame for BTC. So what I'm actually looking to do on this short trade is I'm going to take my partials out here. For those of you who want to stay fully out of the trade, can take full TP out here. But I'm going to be looking to set some runners for the trade to all these levels as well. I'm not going to be taking my full TP here. I'm going to be taking my next TP at my main TP will be here. Then I'd be looking to also target these levels. So that will give me a 6 hour on that. But at the moment, I'm going to keep it simple and stay with the daily New York session trades that I like to take, 2 hour trades. So we are almost very close to our take profit. Very simple trade, no fuss, no confusion, no conflicts. Just a simple trend line breach right here. Tagged into it once we got a retracement into this trend line. And now I would recommend moving stops all the way to this level. Would be a good zone. Tag this in. Say stops to break even. And let the trade run. Now we are completely risk off on this trade. We do not have to worry. We're chilling, grooving and moving. Look at this lovely response. Just waiting for it to hit our TP and then just a couple of candles more. As I was saying, it wouldn't be too bad for BTC to send a god candle all the way down right here. That would be a dope candle to see. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see such a reaction, see a huge dump and a complete wipeout of these levels, which was the Asia and the London range. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, which is precisely why I'm not going to take full TP here. I'm going to just cut 50% of my profits right here. I'm going to let some runners all the way to much lower levels. And I'll keep trailing my stops as and when the price goes lower. I'll trail my stop next to here. Then I will see another potential lower high formation. I'll set my stops over here. I'll wait for it to go down slightly further. I'll set my stop right here, so on and so forth, and until I start seeing some potential reversal signs. One good idea to see that is obviously a higher high formation and a higher low formation, right? These instances are potentially available to spot reversals. And right here as well, which is the RSI, once we start seeing it tap into the lower oversold levels, this is where I would also start looking to see some potential reversal signs. Usually that's what happens when the RSI hits these levels of oversold regions. We do tend to see some market structure shifts. And that's when I know, okay, cool, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm just going to cut all my profits and I'm going to just stay out of the market until I find a potential trade setup to the upside. That's going to be the best case scenario. Right now, we are still above and well within the premium zone on BTC. This is going to be your 50% level. This dotted line that you see right here is going to be your 50% level. We just broke down from the overbought region right here, which is also why I placed this short trade live on the channel. And we take these trades every single day. On the days that the market is choppy and we do not have a trade, I just refrain from taking any trades and stay out of it. It's better to not take a trade than take a loss on a trade, you know. So staying simple, keeping clear of unnecessary choppy price action. At the moment, this is what we are at. We are at stops to break even. BTC right here, hoping that we don't get tagged out of our stops, which is what I would suggest. Is instead of bringing stops to break even, I would move my stop just above this level, which is 96,417. This is where I would set my stops. This is a good zone to set your stop loss, precisely because there is this wick formation right here, and that's a strong rejection candle. So if price goes into the zone, we might not get a sweep of this high. So this would be a good place to set your stops right here. That's what I would recommend. and just letting the price move to full TP. Right, looks like we are having rain in the background. If you can hear some noise playing out, that is the sound of rain. Hope everything is loud and clear. My voice. All right, looks like we might get tagged out of this if we hit this level right here. I'm hoping we don't and we start rejecting from here and coming back down. I've booked 50% of my profits, as I mentioned right here. This is where I would be booking 50% of my profits at this level, and I would be letting some runners go further down. Let's see how the trade plays out. So we almost just got tagged out of our trade, but it did not hit our stop loss. Stops have been placed at 96,417 right here. So we just almost got tagged into it. Hopefully we come down, because this is the Fibonacci golden pocket sitting right here. And for those of you who are looking to keep this trade intact, can keep the stop loss right here, or you could move your stop loss just right above the point 0.9 level here to stay well within the trade, because we are going to start rejecting here. We have hit the golden pocket zone. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do actually. I am going to move my stops just above where we had it previously, because 96,536, because I am seeing some good conviction on this, miss out on this trade and get stopped out. So I'm going to give my trade a little more space to breathe, especially in this zone where the trend line, we are still below this trend line, so we could tap into this and come down. We're already seeing a pretty good rejection on this in this area. I want to see some more strength on BTC from the bears come down. All of this reaction that we're seeing right now is essentially a retracement into the golden pocket of the Fibonacci retracement right here. So there's no need to worry. We're pretty safe out here until and unless we start closing some candles above this, which is precisely why I move my stops up to this zone, because I really want to give this trade some breathing room, and I do not want to get stopped out and have the trade go my way just after getting stopped out, and that's just going to be a sad situation, because initially we started off with keeping our stops right here, and since we have booked 50% profits on this trade, I would like to give this trade a little bit of breathing room, and let's see what happens out here, because if we are looking good to take some orders out here from the Fibonacci golden pocket, I'd be looking for the price to retrace quite swiftly from here. This point 0.9 level is going to be key, no doubt. It's going to be key to preserving some space for BTC to now kind of show some much stronger momentum to the downside. So this is how I like to adapt within a trade. As soon as I notice that this momentum is there, I had to move my stops to the point 0.9 level of the Fibonacci, because I really want to take this trade all the way into this low. I have a really strong feeling that we are going into this low. The calculations that I have done on this trade is looking pretty strong to the downside. BTC does want to move down, but at the same time, anything can happen on a holiday. Today is May Day, and anything is possible. Bitcoin loves to manipulate on holidays, show some all kinds of momentum to the opposite side of where the market really wants to go. This is the first sign right here of a bearish divergence. The market wants to go down. It looks like BTC is not looking like it wants to go down. It is taking some support right here. That's all right. That's precisely why we have stop losses, and we can then adapt based on the trade that plays out once we hit our stop loss. If we hit our stop loss in this situation, I'm going to say if, because as I said, it is a holiday. Today is May Day, and we can see some potential manipulations of the price. As I also said, we did take support at this level, and this is precisely where I booked 50% of my profits. So I was hoping for this retracement to come through. As I said, I would be adding two positions out here. I actually might not be doing that right now because price is looking pretty manipulated. As I'm seeing, look at these candles that have been forming right here. If I zoom into the chart, these candles are manipulations, because these kind of wicks are signaling to me that there are some potential buyers and seller manipulations going on. So I do not want to add more to my trade risk right now. I might be looking to add to a position if we get a solid close below this level. That would be a great move for me. I'd gladly add to a position right here. This is where if I start seeing multiple candle closes and a retest of this level, oh man, this would be a beautiful re addition to my position. I would love to add to my position right here. This would be the best place to add to a position. Until then, I'm just going to let the trade ride the wave of this particular move. Honestly, we are due for a correction on BTC. I'm telling you, man, price has been manipulating for some time now. You can tell by the way it's reacting to certain levels, which usually BTC tends to respect most often than not. That BTC likes to respect these levels, especially range highs and range lows. We did respect it a couple of times actually, and then we finally ended up breaking out right here. Today was the day that we broke out of this, and I'm hoping to at least get a retest of this level right away today, as soon as possible. If we can get a retracement into this level, I will be super happy and we can move on to other things. Otherwise, we're just going to keep chopping around in this zone or manipulate and go through this unnecessary choppy pricey action. So hopefully the bears step in and there is some good selling that comes through at this zone. It is taking support right here. Not liking what's happening at this level. I was hoping to get a strong move from here at least. It looks like we are taking support here for some reason. I don't know what it is with the holidays, man. Especially with BTC on holidays, it just does its own thing. The market continues to counter trend against the standard dynamics of the market. Look at that. That is strength that honestly is coming out of nowhere. There's no reason for this strength on Bitcoin. Technically speaking, we should not be having this much of strength out here. We need to be slowing down because of this. Look at these divergence formations. But also, as I said, usually there's a three dive move, three tap of the divergence formation. So forms out here, there might be a three tap formation. Excuse me. Oh, that was Ethereum. We'll get to Ethereum if at all this trade plays out in our favor as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to end the stream as soon as possible, and I'll pick up tomorrow because today is looking like unnecessary price manipulation scenarios playing out. So let's just see where this trade goes, and I will get back to it tomorrow. Just gonna wait it out for a couple more minutes, and we're gonna close out the stream today. Hopefully, get a completion of this move to the downside. Gladly start trailing my stops, but all I need to see is some potential strength on Bitcoin, which we are seeing to the opposite side right now. But at the same time, yeah, it does look like there is some potential resistance forming here because we are at the golden pocket of this retracement, right? This is the golden pocket of this retracement. Hoping that we do not get tagged out of this and then come down, because that is always the worst thing, is where you know that you're in a good trade, you are in the right trade, but the price manipulates your stop and takes the trade exactly in the favor that you were already in. And those kind of trades hit the hardest, to be honest. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us today. And just gonna wait to see what happens. Looks like the price wants to kind of go against us today. Maybe not. Maybe we might manipulate into this trend line and then come back down. That could happen as well. So let's just see what happens, and that's precisely why we have stops, right? To stay risk off and keep it clean and simple. We'll always find a better trade. There's a trade opportunity right on around the corner every single time. So there's no need to get ahead of these trades and feel like we're doing something wrong. Nothing like that. Gotta keep cool headed, stay still, relaxed, and let the technicals play out consistently. There are definitely going to be some losers on the way. Along the way, there will always be losers, but as long as we stay with that mindset of winning, we are absolutely the winners are going to supersede the losers. And of course, when that happens, by simple mathematics, we are going to be in profit at the end of the day, or at the end of the month, however you want to look at it, or at the end of the year. So, got to stay convicted and got to stay true, focused to a strategy, discipline, stay with it without having to falter and constantly move and be indecisive. It's better to just stay decisive, stay with the trade, take it, set your stops, invalidations, your take profit, be done with it, and just move on. Consistently, if we consistently do that, I'm 100% sure that things will, the graph that is created along these lines, when discipline is involved and consistency is involved, is always an exponentially growing graph, right? It is always going to grow in our favor. It's going to keep moving in our favor rather than create unnecessary dips. Okay, there might be days where there are unnecessary dips in the exponential growth of uh, trading, especially. But those are the days that are expected, you know. It's the uncertainty principle, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, right? Where things can happen, random things are possible. That's the mystery of life. But the more we stay consistent, as I said, the more winners we have, and the simple dynamics of mathematics will take care of itself and will essentially be in profit at the end of the day. So, like I said, today's trade is completely based on simple trendline breaks and now a Fibonacci retracement into this golden pocket. And look at that rejection that we are receiving on this trade right now. And now I'm looking at a good conviction to the downside. This is what I'm happy to see. These kind of candles that are forming right away is a pretty interesting move. I'm going to close out the RSI. Let me keep the trade chart directly visible to everybody. Yeah, just take a look at these. This one candle itself is a sign that the price wants to go down, right? So I'm positive that we get this trade in completion in the probably in an hour or so, or within an hour, hopefully within an hour. In the meantime, I am going to close out this live stream and I'm going to continue where we left off tomorrow. I'm going to be doing all coins and also going to be looking at some potential trade setups for all coins as well tomorrow. So please stay tuned. Hit the like and subscribe if you are enjoying these live streams. And yes, sir. Take care. Have a good one. I will see you on the next one. This is Young Reach Capital.